Welcome once again, everybody, to Blockbuster Mentality. I'm your host, Ben, and Dave is here with me for my intro, finally. Hi, Dave.
What's going on, buddy?
Not too much. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to us on iTunes, rate and review us. Again, those ratings and reviews help us out a lot, believe it or not, and we've been rising those charts, so it takes you 30 seconds to write a review. Not
Please,
that big.
for the love of God,
I know.
Just give a rating.
I know.
What the
Just
hell?
do it. Yeah. What's taking so long?
What's the issue here?
Dave? What did you think of our conversation we just had?
It was great. So no movie this episode, unfortunately, because that was not desired by our guest. But we did get a sort of a road trip interview, right?
Yes, we did. Yeah, the comedian, actor, Jamie Kennedy. Might know him from Jamie Kennedy Experiment, Malibu's Most Wanted, his stand-up. And he called in on our Zoom link, and he was in the back of a car driving.
On his way to Waffle House.
On his way to Waffle House, which we found out at the end. And we were a little worried at first. We were like, is this going to be just an interview where he's just doing it just to do it? But he was great. He was
hilarious. Great
a blast. Stuff. Yeah, great answers, great insight into some things, and he was funny. He jabbed at us, we jabbed at him. It was a lot of fun. Again, make sure you're following us on Twitter at BlockbusterCast, and Blockbuster Mentality is our Instagram. That's where you get all the updates on the show. But here, listen to our conversation with the great Jamie Kennedy.
Told you I ain't messing around. I'm busy. I told you that. My bad.
It's all good, bro. It's all good. How do you never get exhausted? I'm sure you're exhausted, but like, how do you do these tours and just stay engaged? Is what I want to know.
You know, I've been. I don't know. I do get tired, but then I have like a day where I can just sleep, which is really good. And then I feel like the audiences, like, low-key gives me energy. So I feel like, oh, okay, I can, like, do that. But sometimes I get tired. Did you hear me or no?
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, very good.
Oh, but, like, it's kind of, I get used to it. And I feel like I'm getting it in before the world shuts down again.
Yeah,
People
exactly.
like, that's not going to happen, but I don't know.
Yeah, we already lived through it once. Yeah, they're gonna maybe do it again. And you're here in the Tampa area, so not too far from us. It's good to be able to at least go somewhere where it's open, right? I mean, I know there's COVID's a worry and all that, but it's good to at least be able to make a living where you can, right?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite cities, and I just love the crowds here and people. It's wild times, and audiences have never been more appreciative, and I've never been more kind of realize how lucky I am to do what I do. So, and I just keep getting these offers, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go, and this is like kind of like an amazing zone for me to be in now, because I've been to some hot spots. I've been to Utah, Colorado, Austin, Phoenix, Diego, Houston. And these are all states that they say, are a little wild, a little open. And Florida has got the craziest rep. And so far, people have been very respectful. A lot of people wear masks. It's nothing like they say in the news at all. There's not people in the streets rioting. There's no dead bodies in the middle of the highway. Not bodies are piling up. It's like, so, I'm sure there's problems, but there's like problems everywhere. And so it's like, for me, I'm like doing my own investigative journalism. I'm like, I'm here, I'm doing comedy. And then if I get through this, which I've gotten through the other places, I'm just going to go and make a huge video about it. Be like, don't believe the bullshit, These people are chill here, There's a lot of people are healthy, they're like running. I'm sure there's sicknesses. Of course, I'm sure there's problems, but they're not reporting. For every time they report something bad, report something good. They're not.
Right. Yeah, there's just it's always sensationalized, and they just take the worst of it all, and it's just like, yeah, it's not as bad. My biggest hate for Florida is the heat. It's that's for a big guy like
Better
me.
than being in the ice, dude.
I love the ice, man. I'm from Detroit, and I'm bring me to the ice, my friend. Bring me there.
Take you to the ice and the water. Come on,
No,
man.
thank you.
I don't care, man. You know, it's just it's refreshing for us fat guys. So I appreciate you doing this even in the Uber and all that. But yeah, that's awesome that you kind of get that energy. Like, you might be exhausted, but then you get on stage and you get that back from the crowd, and that's just like, all right, that's gonna keep me going. That's gonna keep me going. I just can't understand. I can't get how you comedians, you comics, can do multiple shows in a night, not only, but multiple shows in a night, in a weekend. Like, it's just kudos to you guys. You guys are a different breed, man.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's the only job. I was thinking about it, like the only hour of like the day where I'm not like actually calm. Believe it or not, it's like meditative for me, and I don't have to deal with like a phone bill or some lawsuit or some bullshit or acting call back. It's a bullshit. It's just like, oh, I get to do what I want to do. People are there for it, and believe it or not, it's only an hour of my day. I mean, people who really work 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day. So,
Right.
but it's intense. It's an intense hour, and it's a lot to prepare for and get there. So it is intense. But it's there's people out there doing hard stuff everywhere.
Yeah,
We're about to go over a bridge.
Uh-oh.
About to go over that. We might lose you.
The
Bridge.
the classic going through over a bridge.
What did Alyssa say when it came up on the maps? You saw the big body of water, and you were like, "What?"
Oh, I said, how are we gonna get over?
How are we gonna get over the water? Are you gonna take a submarine? Because it just had water on the map. She's like, I don't have it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
go. Uber's here.
Yeah, there's
Canceled.
new they do have bridges in Tampa, believe it or not. It's crazy.
There's bridges.
Yeah. It's
Bridges, Alyssa.
We've got this figured out. Don't worry.
There was no bridges.
You had
There was no bridge. To be fair to her, there was no bridges in the picture. It was like you would think it was gonna be a furry. Yeah, furry. But I've been here before. You didn't expect this on the pod.
I love it.
You never know what's gonna happen.
We love the unexpected, and this
experience.
You're our first interview in a car, so congratulations on being the first.
Well, you guys are so hard to pin down. You're like, hey, and I'm like, then you called my agents, and my agents are like, they have this window of time. I'm like, just do it. Just text me.
I've been trying for months. I've been trying for months.
Do it at night. Do it at night.
I suggested nights,
bro. Alyssa runs my life, so Alyssa.
So it's her fault. It's her fault.
Yeah. No, she was running my life, so she was trying to set it up, but she's got so many things going on. So we're crazy right now.
It's all right, man. Hey, we usually
cornfield.
I don't think we have cornfields here, but maybe that is. You are in the wrong state. But we usually talk movies on the show, so I didn't even make you pick a movie to talk about. So don't.
God, I hate when we do. Be honest with you, I hate podcasts with homework. Like,
yeah.
Oh God,
I get that. Yeah.
I mean, we could talk about something like that if you want, but it's like, what's your favorite '80s movie? And it's like, oh man, I don't know. That was a great time. Man.
I don't like homework either. That's why I don't prepare. I just show up and we talk.
Yeah, it's what we do. We tried to find a niche, whatever you want to call it, and it seems to be working. But I don't know.
Two white guys having a podcast wasn't a niche enough.
No, surprisingly, no. Yeah, it's a brand new thing.
No one's doing that.
No.
Yeah, I know. It's usually I just shaved my beard, so it's usually two white guys with beards, but it's
You got some
Um,
good growth going on there, Jamie.
Right? You have a beard now. Yeah, but I just want to let your audience know that I was nowhere near the Capitol January 6th. I swear.
Yeah.
I was,
Looks like you just got out from being held for 3 months.
Only-
I don't have a Viking helmet. I swear to God.
only beard I have is my wife now. So, now,
Hey.
hey, ooh.
You're waiting for that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
You had mentioned about not having to audition or do acting. Like, are you done with acting? Are you still interested in it? I know you do voice work and
No.
all that.
I'm act all the time, but I mean it's weird right now with the pandemic, and I'm just like want to do the jobs. Like I have 2 movies in development. I'm trying to get made, independent movies, but one in a studio. It's like in development hell. But what I mean by that is like I'll go in and I'll have to like do a Zoom meeting audition, and it's just like a
Oh,
pain.
man.
It's just like, yo, I've been acting 25 years. Like, make an offer or don't, don't make me dance. So that's what I'm saying. It's like still have to do that for certain roles. It's just annoying. It's just, I'm over that.
And it's funny because we're obviously called Blockbuster Mentality. Is it? I saw you on that last Blockbuster documentary. That was that was like your first gig? Was it that you were like a Blockbuster spokesperson in a way, or for the commercials and whatnot?
My first, that was my first. Not commercial, like really gave me money. Took me, a couple different parts of the world. It was 4 of us, and we were the Blockbuster entertainment team, and we just had, these little 30-second spots, and we were the team, and it was 4 of us, and we would just. They were standees in stores, and we went to the Blockbuster shareholders meeting. We went on stage and waved and did lines, dialogue, not coke.
I was gonna say, what kind of lines we talking?
And we went to Paris, we went to London, we went to Prague, we went all over, like
Man.
Blockbusters, and we were just like the entertainment team, and it was awesome. I made a ton of money, and it was So then the fact that I was in that documentary, it was pretty cool. It was like full circle.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah.
So it was, but I love Blockbuster.
Have you been to the last Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon?
I have not. It's pretty fascinating. I mean, and seems like it's getting popular because of the movie and such. But it's there. It's definitely now like a living NFT, if you will. You know what I mean? Like people, I think, will go there now just for the hook of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's clearly. I mean, they probably do have movies that are hard to find, though. But, I mean, obviously you can get most movies anywhere. But I think it's cool. I think it's a ritual that people love. Obviously, it's different time now for us, but it's still a very cool ritual, cultural.
Yeah. It's nostalgia. Everyone's got this nostalgia craze nowadays. It's insane. And but that was a great documentary. Cool seeing that you were. The team? Wasn't there another famous dude in it or famous girl that was part of that?
There was a bunch of people in it.
Well, not the documentary, but the marketing team you were part of.
No, it's young actresses. Sandy was very funny, Sandy Brown, and the other, there was a young actress. I forget her name.
Oh, okay.
I apologize to her. And then Jim Gaff again. Jim Gaff was like the head of our team.
Oh, okay.
That's who it was. Yeah.
I saw you were in a recent movie, Roe versus Wade. I saw an interview you did with the Daily Beast, which looked more like, or read more like an interrogation than an interview. I'm curious what talk about your experience with that, just being in that movie, and maybe kind of your takeaways from that whole controversy.
Well, I knew it was going to be. I hate to say the term, a hit piece, but like, look, my job is to promote the movie. I think the movie out there in what I guess would be super left-leaning press, I guess that's what the Daily Beast is like what you want to do. They're going to skewer it, but so I was kind of like the beating dummy. The interviewer was a nice enough guy, but he wrote the interview he wanted to write. Kind of made me look like a little bit of a dope, but it's annoying, but it's not true. And then I had to go on my YouTube channel and really like set the record straight. But there's stuff that he left out. There's facts, and that's why the movie is controversial. I mean, it's a allegory, if you will, of our society at the moment of not being able to give another opinion. That opinion of that movie for like Christian, Republicans is like, that movie's great. It's got a ton of reviews on Amazon. People love it. To bleeding heart liberals, they hate it. They think it's trash, and that's okay. That's what it's doing. It's creating conversation. That's what art does. And it's about a serious subject. It's just not another person in a cod piece,
Right.
Doing a superhero. There's nothing wrong with superhero movies, but this is an adult topic. And, don't drag, they want to drag me into it. My personal beliefs. I'm just an actor, but, but there's a lot of stuff that they're incorrect about. I don't know everyone who's involved in the movie. People get funding. The Catholic. Okay. Well, but it's like no actor knows every machination. You have to ask every actor everything about the movie. You know how many movies are made with dirty money?
Right.
Seriously, I really want you to take that in. Do you know how many movies are made with dirty money? A lot. Go look down the rabbit hole, man. There is some straight up movies that are made with disgusting money that have been big hits. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. And it's like every actor doesn't know about that.
What do you mean by disgusting money and dirty money?
Well, use your, put two and two together. Like money that was made or stolen. You know how many people come into Hollywood and steal money from other avenues or for their governments or shady dealings, and then they funnel it into the movie business. And the movie business is like, oh, cool, I don't have to pay for it? Awesome. And then they find out later the money was a little dirty. It wasn't like made like cleanly. That's just a known fact.
And then
actors in that movie don't know. There's money made. There's movies being made with let's just say $5 million independent a movie. Where'd all the money come from? There's definitely some normal business individuals, and there's some guy that put in $1 million in cash. Where'd that money come from?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not going to say it, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to say that. So, I appreciate the enlightenment. I'm going to have to do some...
What I mean is that because they come at the movie like every actor is supposed to know everything about where the money is. And I'm just saying you can just do your own research and look up movies that may have been funded by weird things.
Yeah, maybe the Daily Beast could spend some time doing that rather than making...
Drug money. I guarantee some movies in Hollywood have been funded by drug money. I'll just say that. Yeah. And I'm guarantee some movies in Hollywood have been funded by potential arms sales money.
Yeah, I'm gonna be digging down the rabbit hole. That's for sure.
Deep on Reddit. Deep.
Ooh, can't wait. Cannot wait. Dave, you had something?
Well, no, it's just to Jamie's point. Or you on a bridge?
You're on Courtney Campbell.
Okay.
Yep. Everyone knows where
I just thought that was fascinating that basically you having to answer for everybody. And to your point, well, why aren't we paying attention to other shady stuff that's going on in the business rather than this one movie? So I did kind of feel for you when I was reading that interview. You're just like, look, they offered me a job and I took it, and it was a story, and I learned a lot. I learned some things that I didn't know, and so stop bothering me, basically.
Yeah, there's stuff in that movie that might be infactual, probably, definitely. There's a lot of stuff that it might be factual that might be painful for people. There's a lot of stuff that I saw in a book and I was like, is this real? And I read it in a book. Now, I don't know what the book's count was, but the book was written by like the #1 doctor of abortions, who then stopped giving them. This was his account of what happened. So, like, did it happen? Well, he was that doctor. He said it. We took a lot of stuff out of that book. Again, I'm not the writer. I question it all, but it's like it's irresponsible for me to be in it because it didn't fit with other people's beliefs. And I'm not trying to take any women's rights away and stuff like that. But the first thing I would say, it's not my business, but it's 2021. I mean, Jesus Christ. Something called the morning after pill. It's pretty simple. And then the Daily Beast was like, well, that's expensive, right? Here's a simple point that they left out, right? Ready? You should make this a clip. It's 2021, okay? We're really talking about abortion. Like, you can just take something called the morning after pill. And the writer of the Daily Beast goes, well, that's expensive. It's $50. And I think some places it's the copay. What's more expensive, $50 or raising a kid for the next 18? Why wasn't that in the article?
I'll be doing the math on that later for sure.
Back to the cost.
I appreciate you giving us homework because I will be doing it.
Condoms is $12.
Right. And you don't even have to go to the store and be quote unquote embarrassed. You can Amazon condoms, It's you don't even have to go through that. It's easy. It'll just be delivered to your doorstep. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, what they need to talk about. Yeah, I don't even. You can't. It's just a whole.
Now, speaking of, beliefs and things, and I've gotten in a lot of trouble for quoting Wikipedia. Now, I see that you grew up Catholic and went to a Catholic school. Has that been something that stuck with you, or is that gone?
No. Why would you talk about that? What are you, a nun? No.
I had to go there.
No, dude. That's like. That is that's no. I'm not. I'm not in that scene anymore. I went to church my whole life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you did your time.
You literally do your time.
It's just speaking of abortion, might as well bring up Catholicism.
Jeez.
Oh man. But yeah, people get you got to do research. I asked Ari Spears about this too. But what are your thoughts? I'm not gonna clarify the question. Just you can take it how you want. But what are your thoughts on woke culture?
I mean, that's a broad subject, but
exactly.
I would just say that, look, there's things in society that have to get better. I think they're being addressed. And do I think that there's still a lot of nefarious, bad activities? Tons. I think that we need to concentrate on the soul of a man instead of the spot on his shirt. And I think like a lot of woke culture is, scratching the surface and instead of like really getting into the deeper issues, even though they think they are. I think that, some people, they should be canceled. They're bad people. And then I think there's other people that it's being overcorrected. It's not fair. So I think it's a case by case basis. Mm-hmm. But in terms of the comedy world, jokes are jokes, and that's people got to understand the difference. And when you come into a comedy club, when you watch a comedian, when you watch a pod that's funny, it's, you got to understand, separate the joke from the non-joke. And if people can't do that, then that's on you. It points out a lot of how obviously things are bad. It's such a broad statement, but there's also like the fact that if you push back on it, they get crazy. It's like, you gotta be able. No one is above reproach.
Right.
Yeah. No.
The head of Time's Up just resigned.
Right.
Because she fucking straight up like helped coach a guy that was like a sexual predator. Something. Don't quote me. Something bad the person did. She was involved in, so she had to jump. The head of Time's Up.
Yeah.
So doesn't that mean the whole movement is bullshit then? Like,
Right.
Time's up.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you said, no one's above reproach, and anyone
But
can.
no one. Why isn't that the head of the New York? Why isn't that the head story in the New York Times? Like, yo, the head of Time's Up just resigned.
Let's call some people and make it happen.
But that's what I'm saying. It goes with the independent news guys like you, whether you're small or not. It's like, and then people say, "Oh, this is just the loonies, conspiracy theorists." No, people are sick of it, man. The dam is broke. There's geysers popping up, millions of them, and they just can't handle it. So they'll label it. They'll say it's conspiracy. They'll say all this, and it's not the way it is. There's a lot of people that are sick of it.
No, I was curious if there's a connection to your film, The Heckler, which was, I think, ahead of its time in terms of it's more like fan outrage and people going after creators and people personally. And we saw that really explode, on Twitter and Facebook. Really, even I think you were ahead of the time pointing that out. And that's kind of the world we live in now. Does all this stuff kind of relate together, or what do you see going on in terms of like the Twitter mobs and stuff like that?
To comments on they have to have a picture and they can't have a private account. That's the platform I want to build. I want to know who's saying this. I want to know what their background is. I want to know who they are. I want to be able to consider the source. That's the problem with Twitter. Is like you're getting heckled by an egg or a meme, or you don't even know who they are.
Right?
It's like it's but I believe 95% of the noise is made by 2% of the people. I mean, and there's more platforms popping up now. Like, people are sick of Twitter. I like Twitter, but like the stuff that trends on it, like all the shit that's going on in the world. I'll tell you how much of a bullshit platform Twitter is. All the shit that is going on in the world, right? And every Monday, The Bachelor trends. So either people are the lowest life form and they're the most shallowest, dumbest things, so they might be, to make that trend, or Twitter is just keeping the masses fat, dumb. Because it's like, really? All of this shit that's going on, like new variants every hour, racial injustice, social injustice, the economy's on the brink, The Bachelor's trending. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's true.
Get the fuck out of here. That's an insult to my intelligence, bro.
Absolutely.
The platform should be burned up. Like, are you out of your mind? Some fake ass bullshit. All these guys. That's like borderline trafficking. Like, one guy gets to pick 12 girls. What the fuck is that? Seriously, that's a fucked up concept. Think about it.
It really is. Yeah, it's like I now have to choose one of you. One of you will be sent home and go back to Russia. It's kind of like mail order bride, but you get to. It's a contest.
Call that shit out, right?
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I remember like thinking like, one time there was like some serious news thing, and then like a couple hours later, some shit like Bachelor was trending, and it was just like, wait, what? How did this go away in the matter of a couple hours?
How is it that an NBA guard that we kind of heard of, it has a contract extension, and it's like a trend? I mean, seriously, it's like, right. What are we talking about? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird, and that just makes me think like people are not that shallow. I think this is they pick the lamest shit to trend because they want to keep people dumb.
I think so too. I think it's very much manipulated, and all they want you to do is just to stay on the app as long as possible, keep pushing buttons, and not really. It's not there for us to really learn anything. I think we're kind of past that point.
Oh, totally, 100%.
Yeah. It's a cesspool. It is a cesspool.
But yet I log in every day.
No, you have to. It's part of our life. It's what we do.
I would, not to get off of serious topics. Who wants to talk about unserious topics? But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this. Me and my cousin used to be obsessed with this movie, Malibu's Most Wanted. We were, teenage kids who just would quote this movie constantly. I think it's still in my quote range, but I just want to say you brought me a lot of laughter in that movie, and I wanted to say thank you.
Maybe the best plumber's crack of all time.
Best plumber's crack. Oh yeah. I was like, what? That's funny. Yeah, we had a good time making that, man. I appreciate that. That was a lot.
Definitely. And I actually just learned today, I didn't realize that Jamie Kennedy Experiment, like the character B-Rad, came from the Jamie Kennedy Experiment, and then it was turned into a movie. How did that come about?
Oh, it was I had the character. I was doing it in stand-up, and then I was working with Nick Swartzen a lot. And I was like, I want to make a movie out of this guy. And then Nick was like, "Oh, I got an idea." And so Nick really started writing the script, and I would like improvise the character, and then Nick would like add, he just wrote like rough draft of this hilarious script, and then we couldn't get it made, and then I started getting my show, The Experiment, and then that got popular, and the character did, and then I gave the script to Warner Brothers, and they were like, "Oh, we love this script, let's try to make it," and then we had to rewrite it, and that's how it really came about. But it was like started as just a character in stand-up. It started as like,
yeah.
I came from Philly, and like people were like hip hop heads, but they weren't like talking like that. They just appreciated hip hop. And then I came to LA, and dudes were wearing like full on gangster gear, hanging in like the Beverly Hills Galleria. Like, yeah, I don't want to see ass in front of Baby Gap no more, son. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, take your ass down to Wicks and Sticks. And I was like, oh, this is fascinating. It's kind of like it's dope, whatever you feel about Chet. I don't even like to talk about people, but like Chet, he's got to work so hard to get his rapper cred, and he ain't bad, but like since he grew up in Brentwood and like he's Tom Hanks' kid, he's kind of like B-Rad, you know what I mean? They're like, oh shit, Chet's like privileged, but
yeah.
Who knows? Chet might be a real hip hop head, but people
yeah,
what I mean. So,
and he grew up in the streets, Malibu,
streets of Brentwood, son.
Well, it is white boy summer for sure.
It's right.
White Beezy Seasy.
But yeah, B-Rad has been part of my movie quote rotation for a long time. So I'll buy you all cars. For sure. Could that movie be made today, you think?
No, but it's stupid that it couldn't be.
Right.
Well, I mean, it could be, and it needs to be, and people would laugh at it, but people are too scared. They're like scared. Like, I don't know why we've given over to like pissing off a few people. Like, what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing about Twitter. Like, they'll enhance something or make something trend that really the majority of people aren't outraged about this certain thing, but Twitter's putting it out there like, oh my God, so many people are outraged about this, which then makes the people on the other side of it mad that people are outraged over everything. But I think the majority of people aren't outraged by this thing. It's just, it's annoying.
Most people aren't. Most people. Twitter just shows you how many people don't have a sense of humor. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. It's like, that's why shit's not going away, because everybody has a voice. We must make sure they have a voice. And it's like, good, have a voice. But like, voice in your category that you know of. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't like comment on comedy if you don't have a comedic mind. It just don't.
Or maybe just have your personal friends follow you, and then you put things out, and they're like, yeah, I agree with you. Like, it's not something the whole world needs to see, or I don't know. It gave people a voice who a lot of them don't necessarily need a voice. for me. But
yeah, I agree with you. You say that you're like oppressive, but you're not meaning like that. It's just like
right.
I don't sit there and talk about candles. I don't know how to make a candle. I don't know what makes a good candle. It's not my specialty. You know what I mean? And I don't pretend to be. But people try to pretend to be experts in comedy, and they're not, or experts in writing, or they're not. A lot of people aren't. And that's the thing. It's like, it's annoying. And it's not going to go away because people are, if you would have had Twitter in the 80s, right? Everybody would have still just been as offended.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of, you didn't hear that. They were all mad in the 80s. You just couldn't get to hear their voices.
Yeah.
But now that you can, they're like, well, oh, damn, it died.
Uh-oh.
Did it die?
Well, just the video went on. Okay.
You look great still.
But
yeah, it's not going to go away because everyone has a voice, and most people's voices are not funny.
Well, it goes to like my dad. He's not on Twitter or anything like that. Like, and I like tell him something people are outraged about, and he's like, "What? What are you talking about?" Like, so like people who aren't even on these platforms don't even know about these so-called issues that are going on. I mean, a lot of, there's important ones.
I mean, your dad, he's still learning the fax machine. I mean, that's okay. So somewhat, no offense, but I mean,
no, it's true.
So there's people that gotta be hip to the game, but there's also people, your dad also would be like, why would they be offended at that? He's also has a point. So there's stuff that your dad's got to be informed of, and there's also stuff that people got to listen to your dad on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what the mix is.
And who wants to listen?
I didn't even know your dad. You know what I'm saying?
No. Who wants to listen to him? So before your phone dies, I know you're a busy dude.
Look at that. I rolled up on my next meeting right there, son.
Sweet.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
We would have met you at the Waffle House and we could have done the show.
Yeah.
Alyssa, what did they say? These men.
About what?
They said they would have met us at the Waffle House.
Anywhere.
They did?
Oh my god!
I said we would have came to you anyway. No big deal. No big deal.
To our hotel.
Well, I said that, but I was like, I understand privacy.
Oh yeah, because I don't know the truth. You guys look like you're not coughers, but who knows? Literally, I've been doing press all week. I've been doing Zooms here and pods here, and it's been fantastic. And I really wanted to get on you because you're good, because I think it's the guy to the right. I think it's Benjamin. I feel like you're always in my DM.
I know.
Like,
I feel bad. Like I try to give you a week before I respond.
Hey,
I try to be.
I miss you, bro. Come on, man.
I do.
He hit me with them late night DMs, and I was like, "Who is this guy? He's a Blockbuster employee." And then you're like, just take your favorite, movie from the 80s and talk about the DeLorean. I'm like, oh shit, we're gonna have to look Back to the Future references. Now we're talking about bad movies and oh my shit.
I think I even sent you a video when I was drunk on vacation, so that was fun. But real quick, what? No, I'm not on vacation. I said I sent you a video while I was on vacation. Yeah, but you watched it. You were probably drunk too, so it's okay. Real quick before you go, I got rapid fire questions. Just answer the first thing that comes to your mind.
Go for it.
All right, rapid fire questions. Go-to movie snack.
Go-to movie snack.
He hates this.
He's like, oh, what's your favorite 80s movie?
Yeah. That's so true. What's weird is I don't watch as much movies as a normal person, probably.
But when you watch them when you were a kid or something, what was your go-to movie snack at the theater?
Nuts.
I
like salted almonds.
Off the top.
Or like chocolate covered almonds.
Off the top of your head, guilty pleasure movie.
I think that's like kind of, how they say like things are racist or like sexist.
Yes.
I think that's movieist.
That's true. That's true.
I hate that in the sense that like guilty pleasure. So it's kind of like you're shitting on a movie, but you love it. So it's not really a guilty pleasure. You love the movie. So I think it's like movieist. It's like you're basically saying what's a bad movie that you shouldn't like that you love to watch? And that's like fucked up. So like, let me tell you why that's a terrible question. I'm not going to diss you, but it's like, I work in Hollywood. So if it's somebody I know, I'm not going to put them on blast, but I still want to work, before the world blows up. And then like, it's a diss because movies make it's a lot of hard work. So I don't know if I'm going to answer that question, but that was a very detailed answer that you were not expecting.
No, I love it. I love the answer.
Yet.
Yeah, I hate the question, love the answer. What do you like better, Son of Mask or Curious George 2?
Now that you got my wallet?
No, I don't. I don't got your wallet.
Listen, she hasn't had her coffee yet. She's mad at me.
Just tell her to go in. You'll meet her in there.
No, she doesn't like to go to Waffle House alone. You want to get the table? But away from anybody. I'd probably say I have to watch Curious George 2. I've never seen it. And Son of the Mask, I think I've seen 3 times. But I do know that Son of the Mask, we should get our cut. Because there's a lot of movie in there.
Yeah, get your cut, bro.
A lot of controversy.
Release the Kennedy cut.
Yes. The Guterman cut. The director had an amazing vision. The Guterman cut.
Yeah, I totally knew the director. Kubrick, Scorsese, or Spielberg?
I mean, again, you're asking me to alienate 2 living directors. That's just a question.
So pick Kubrick. Kubrick's the answer then.
Obviously, I would say Kubrick is, they're all amazing, but you got to go with Kubrick because those guys watch Kubrick, right? I mean, Kubrick is like, his movies are still ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you watch Doctor Strangelove, it's 100% what's happening right now with like global government.
Yeah.
If you watch 2001, it's definitely like precursor to some alien stuff like that's. And if you watch, well, I ain't gonna talk to you about it, but if you watch Eyes Wide Shut, you can just do your own research.
Oh yeah. I'll just do one more for you. Actor you would want to work with, or does that alienate the other actors you don't choose?
What's your favorite food, Jamie? You like sushi or pizza?
I knew this was coming. Oh, by the way, hold on, real quick. Are the guys in Eyes Wide Shut the same guys who are funding the Hollywood movies that the Daily Beast doesn't want to report on?
Man, I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, Jamie.
I love the cinematography. I would say, what was the last question though you had? What's your favorite what? Actor I want to work with? I mean,
that might alienate the other actors I don't choose.
I know. That's true. See, they made fun of me, but that was good. That was a good making fun of me. I would say, I don't know, there's a lot. I would say Walken.
Ooh, good, great
Walken,
choice.
He'd be dope.
Well, it's been a pleasure, man. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy your Waffle House. Get your waffle.
I'm just going to go back to panhandling. You got a cigarette? Like that.
Yeah, can't wait to post that. All right, my man. Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys. We did it. I didn't have to do a lot of homework. See you guys.
Oh, that was amazing.
Oh, that was like one of the most just random interviews ever, which was great. All right, folks. Well, that is it. That was our conversation with Jamie Kennedy in his car on the way to Waffle House. And he put his mask on before he went into Waffle House. Good for him. Good for him. He's in Tampa. We're in the Tampa area. We tried to get a, in-person interview. It just didn't work out. We're kind of 45 minutes away from where he is, so understandable.
Gotta blame the assistant on that one, right?
Yeah, Alyssa, come on.
Way to go.
Jeez,
Thanks a lot.
way to go. But yeah, great convo. Again, follow us on Twitter at BlockbusterCast, at Blockbuster Mentality is our Instagram. Dave, where can they find you on Twitter?
Yeah, if you're looking for a bad account, at Dave_Quist, follow me. You'll love it.
Bada bing, bada boom. All right. Well, got some more exciting guests coming up, so stay tuned and follow those accounts to find out who they are and when they release. But
the movie, right?
With a movie this time. The next three guests at least. But it's I appreciate you doing my intros and outros with me, my man.
You won't let me leave the meeting, so I'm stuck.
I know. He's stuck. I put a lock on his Zoom account. He literally can't leave. But all right, folks. Well, that is it for us. For Dave and Jamie, I'm Ben, and as always, grab some popcorn, grab some snacks. We'll catch you guys
At the movies.